A quick disclaimer, this will be a longer video, so make sure you guys grab your snacks, popcorn, coffee, energy drink, barbecue, whatever it is. Make sure you guys grab it, and let's get started. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. This article from Yahoo Finance, which I will leave a link to it in the description, so you guys could check it out. So some of you might see this and say, T-Mobile declares quarterly cash dividend. So this was approved by the board of T-Mobile's, and I think it's about 65 cents per share. And you might say that's a big mistake. T-Mobile doing dividends and buybacks at the same time is a big mistake. You of course want them to invest that money back into the network. I've seen all the comments over the years. I've seen all the comments over the last few months when they announced that they are doing a dividend. And I wanted to break that down in this video as to why T-Mobile is doing this very smartly and how they're able to do it. When T-Mobile said they have the balance sheet to defend their position, that's exactly what they meant. And when they say defend their position, it's not just about the capex investment. It's about the entire overall position of the company and how successful they are as a business, right? If they're able to invest dividends and stock back into the business, then they're a successful company. That means the stock goes up and everything in between, right? And just another quick disclaimer, I'm no stock expert, no financial expert, so don't go and buy and sell any of your stock based on my commentary. But that's the truth. That signals a overall healthy, successful business. So I will also point out, T-Mobile is currently in a position to spend more capex if they so choose to, even with the dividends and the buybacks. If you look at their free cash flow, if they wanted to, they could spend an extra $1 billion or $2 billion on the capex. That would mean a lower free cash flow, but they could do it. But right now, where the business is going and where it's positioned and how successful they are today, they don't see a need to do that. The wireless network, I mean, it might not work for you in this instant, and everyone's situation is different, but it's the best T-Mobile wireless network we've ever seen. If we go back to 2010, 2011, when their network was at its worst point and what it is today, I mean, it's literally night and day. And even that is an understatement. It's far better than it's ever been. It's the largest network that T-Mobile's ever owned and operated. And that's just a fact. Now, speaking comparatively to the competition, yes, they are still smaller. They still have certain tweaks to make. They still need to have better indoor performance. I mean, yes, we can discuss that all day long. But Verizon and AT&T have issues of their own that they have to tackle. T-Mobile has close to 50% less debt than AT&T and Verizon. So right now, AT&T and Verizon are trying to delever so they can do dividend and buybacks. Right now, today, both are just doing dividends. They also want to do buybacks. So when they get to a comfortable level of deleveraging, like a 2.5, 2.2, they will also start doing buybacks. They've already signaled it. So T-Mobile is not doing anything out of the ordinary or something that's never been seen or done before. They're just operating according to plan, according to the business, and according to the numbers. And they're sticking to it. They are executing their plan. So for the future, right, we are probably going to see more of this. The quarterly dividend will continue to keep rolling at T-Mobile. The free cash flow is going to increase. I do predict that in early fall, when T-Mobile presents their next 5 years worth of guidance, I do predict capex to go up. I don't predict it to be as high as what Verizon and AT&T are spending today. But I fully predict their capex to be either in the 11 to $12 billion range or the 12 to $13 billion range. And that's only due to the fiber piece. That gives them flexibility to grow and expand that business. They're going to need capital up front to pay these companies to continue to expand the fiber into new neighborhoods and all that good stuff. So, and it won't hurt wireless. They might be able to pull out, a couple of extra billions for wireless as well. They still have catching up to do. As it stands today, T-Mobile is still behind on overall size of network. I acknowledge that. Most of you acknowledge that as well. So they got work to do. And adding let's say, $1 extra billion for wireless and $1 extra billion for fiber, I mean, it's going to help. It's going to be noticed. And if I'm an investor and a shareholder, I'm not panicking if I see a higher capex because I see T-Mobile executing. So if I see that capex, I can already anticipate, okay, they're going to grow more here. They're going to do this here. They're going to get free cash flow to these levels. And you can already anticipate that with T-Mobile. With Verizon, it's different because they're not organically growing. So you'd almost have to ask Verizon, hey, why are you still spending this aggressively when you're losing share in the market today? That might be a legitimate question in the future. Like, hey, why are you still building all those macros and densification when you're actually losing share? So it's two totally different stories when you look at both companies. And AT&T is already like deeply, heavily invested in fiber, so there's no going back with AT&T. They gotta split and allocate their capital investment how they see fit. And right now, it's fiber takes priority over wireless. I'm telling you guys right now, I've seen it. It's fiber today. Today it's what AT&T sees as the biggest technology in the future. It's fiber, and they want to get to a certain penetration point. They want to get to 50 million plus homes passed, and as most of you know, with BlackRock and then their own fiber investments, they want to do that, and that's going to take a significant budget and cash to make that happen. So again, if you're looking at Verizon and AT&T, T-Mobile is not doing anything, like I said, that's never been done before. So let's not sit here and act like paying a dividend is this, best thing since sliced bread or whatnot. No, T-Mobile is just operating according to their business. And their business today is allowing dividend and buybacks. That makes investors, shareholders happy. It brings returns. The board members are happy. Like I said, it's just a successful combination across the board. So, and that's not to say that T-Mobile still doesn't have work to do. So T-Mobile is already successful today with all of the work that they still have left to do. And again, you can make the argument, you can debate that T-Mobile is at the size that they are today, as successful as they are today, the market cap, the businesses that they're taking in, finally able to get a government contract, a substantial contract with an inferior product. You can make that argument if you choose to. You can say, look, T-Mobile is still smaller. They still lack their own fiber. They still lack generator at sites. You could sit there and make the argument that T-Mobile is winning. They're scaling and they're at the size that they are today, right? Business-wise, customers with the inferior product, smaller network, and everything in between. That's an argument you guys can make in the comments. I'm just telling you guys that T-Mobile is a successful company as it stands today. For some of you, I know that hurts, but that's where T-Mobile is today. And the numbers are the proof. If T-Mobile wasn't, we'd be talking differently. But the future at T-Mobile looks bright. I think In the next 18 to 24 months, T-Mobile is going to be a much bigger player than they are even today. The network is going to be scaled tremendously bigger. You know, US Cellular deal expected to close in early to mid 2025 will definitely help boost that and accelerate it. But they're on track of being a powerhouse. I mean, they already are today, but they're on track of being a big powerhouse. And right now, nobody's slowing them down. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you are new. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See y'all in the next one. Peace.